Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Yes, I'm going to tell you the books I hope to read in September. However, I'm going to let you help me choose. So there are two sets of books that I cannot choose which of the two that I would like to read. So I'm going to have you guys vote down below and maybe put up some sort of poll as well on Facebook, because I know a lot of you are my Facebook friends, and let you help me decide which book I should read. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to read in September for sure, 100%, is I'm going to try to finish The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I have already talked about this in my August wrap-up video, so I'm not going to explain it all here again. Please go watch that video if you want to see a more in-depth overview of what this book is about. But it is an epic fantasy, the first in a series. Right now there are 3 books out in this series called The Stormlight Archive, and book 4 is coming out in November. So if I can read this one in kind of finish it up in September and then have October to read, or the end of September to, and I guess part of October to read the second book, the rest of October to read the third book, then November I'll be ready for the 4th book, if I do continue to like it as much as I am. As I said in my previous video, this is getting me out of my reading slump. So I am super excited. I love the characters so far. I love the world building. It is getting a little bit slower moving, but I have heard that Brandon Sanderson's books just sort of do that. So I am expecting it to pick up the pace here in a little bit. I am about 1/4 of the way through, and I hope to update you more on this book in a reading vlog that I am going to be continuing to do every week now. So look forward to that. Oh, and I used to always predict how many stars I would give things. So as far as how many stars goes, I'm going to predict that I will give that one 4 stars. I don't think it's going to be the epic fantasy that like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones is, because I am a huge Game of Thrones person. And this is like the light version of Game of Thrones so far. Like if you wanted the PG-13 version of Game of Thrones, that's kind of what this is. But so far I probably would give it a 4, because I feel like there are some scenes that are not needed. But in Game of Thrones, I feel like every single page something was happening that was important. So, okay, the next one is one I need you to help me to vote on here. So I would like to read something more fun, because I've been reading all these like fantasy novels, epic fantasy type things. I've been trying to get into ones that build new worlds, and sometimes that just takes a lot of energy to learn all that new magic and new character names and maps and all that. So I just want to read something that's a little bit more familiar. So I'm going to choose between one of these Disney retellings. So this has been really popular lately, which is they're called Twisted Tales by Liz. Are they all by the same? Oh no, they're by different people. Okay, well that's kind of cool. But these are basically retellings where like the villain has won in some way, shape, or form, or like something went wrong, and it's like what would have happened if that Disney villain had done this. So this one is called Part of Your World by Liz Braswell, and it says, "What if Ariel had never defeated Ursula?" And there's no summary on the back, just says that. I mean, I'm sure there's more inside, but I really don't want to know anything else about it, so I'm not going to even read the inside front cover. Or the other one is called Mirror, Mirror, and it says, "What happened if the evil queen poisoned the prince?" So, instead of the princess, or maybe both, I'm not really sure. This one is a little bit shorter. You can see how long they are. I might wind up reading both. I don't know. I might give them one shot, and if I don't like either one, I might just not read anymore ever. Right now, these are the only 2 in our library, but I know that there are plenty of other ones of these too. So you can go look them up if you're interested. There's all the, like, look up Disney Twisted Tale books. But anyway, please vote down below, and I'll put this on Facebook as well. Should I read Part of Your World, the Little Mermaid Twisted Tale, or should I read Mirror, Mirror, the Snow White Twisted Tale? What do you guys think? I mean, I definitely like Little Mermaid better when it comes to like which movie I like better, but Snow White's like the, just the OG, it's the original Disney thing. So I don't know. I kind of almost feel like I should read it, and it is shorter. Maybe I've already convinced myself, but I do like Little Mermaid better. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll put up that poll on Facebook. Okay, the next one I need you to vote between is, it's 2 books by the same author, and I just don't know which one I should start with. So the first one, let me go ahead and tell you about this author. So her name is Laini Taylor, and they talk about her on BookTube all the time. So the series that she is most known for is this Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, or Smoke and Bone trilogy, whatever it's called. But the first one is just called Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And it says that she was a National Book Award finalist for this book. It is listed in our library under horror. So I'm intrigued by that, because I thought that it was all going to be like fantasy novels. But this one on the back just says, "She had been innocent once, a little girl playing with feathers on the floor of a devil's lair. She wasn't innocent now. ... So I read a little bit more of the inside, and it just sounds cool. I mean, I get worried because these books suck me in by how good they sound on the inside cover, and then I don't wind up liking them. Around the world, black handprints are appearing on doorways, scorched there by winged strangers who have crept through a slit in the sky. In a dark and dusty shop, a devil's supply of human teeth grows dangerously low, and in the tangled lanes of Prague, a young art student is about to be caught up in a brutal otherworldly war. Okay, so the main character's name is Karu. I can't say it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But it says she fills her sketchbooks with monsters that may or may not be real. She speaks many languages, not all of them human, and her bright blue hair actually grows out of her head that color. Who is she? That is the question that haunts her, and she's about to find out. It says this is a modern fantasy about forbidden love and an ancient and epic battle and a hope for a world remade. I mean, that sounds so cool. And yet it's listed under horror, so I'm really intrigued by that. This does sound awesome. It's a trilogy. I have all 3 of them here in the library, so I could read these back to back to back, so which I like to do a series. So if you think that sounds like the best Laini Taylor book, vote for this one. If you think the next one is called Strange the Dreamer, and people talk more about this one than they do the other one on BookTube. I honestly think the other one sounds better just based on the summary, but I hear more about this one. So she wrote this one after she wrote the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. So it is a little bit bigger than the other one. So it's called Strange the Dreamer, and I'm not sure. I want to say there might be a sequel, but I'm also not really sure. This could just be a one-off. So it says the dream chooses the dreamer, not the other way around. And Laszlo Strange, war orphan and junior librarian, I always love books about librarians, has always feared that his dream chose poorly. Since he was 5 years old, he's been obsessed with the mythic lost city of Weep. Like you weep. But it would take someone bolder than he to cross half the world in search of it. Then a stunning opportunity presents itself in the person of a hero called the Godslayer and a band of legendary warriors, and he has to seize his chance or lose his dream forever. What happened in Weep 200 years ago to cut it off from the rest of the world? What exactly did the Godslayer slay that went by the name of God? And what is the mysterious problem he now seeks help in solving? The answer awaits in Weep, but so do more mysteries, including the blue-skinned goddess. Wow, she's really into blue, isn't she? Who appears in his dreams. How did he dream her before he knew she existed? And if all the gods are dead, why does she seem so real? So it says it is of course, sweeping and breathtaking book. It is, the shadow of the past is as real as the ghosts who haunt the citadel of murdered gods. Fall into a mythical world of dread and wonder, moths and nightmares, love and carnage. Welcome to Weep. So that also sounds good. It sounds weird. I feel like this book is going to be really strange. And I feel like the other one sounded more intriguing just based on the summary. But like I said, I always hear more people talk about this one. It has amazing reviews on Goodreads. So I want to hear from you guys which one you think I should start with first. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy or this Strange the Dreamer book, maybe series, not really sure. Anyway, vote, let me know. Okay, the final book that I am definitely going to read 100% is an audiobook. I am going to be reading this book right here. It is, I honestly forgot. What's the name of it? Truly Devious. There we go. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. And this book is a mystery novel. And I know it's set somewhat in the past because I already started it and stuff was happening in the 1930s. But then I think it's going to jump around to various time periods. It is a definitely just straight up mystery novel. I don't really know what it's about. I know that there's already been a murder involved and that there's a mysterious note that's sort of like one of those notes that's like pieced together with like different letters, like different like magazine letters or whatever. And the note is signed Truly Devious. So that's like the person's, I don't know, alias or whatever, whoever the killer is, I guess. And I think it's a lot about revenge. There's definitely a revenge story going on here. And I know that our students love this book, and I know someone who is more my age that also read and really liked this book. So even though it's a young adult novel, I do have high hopes for it. And like I said, I started it. I was really intrigued. It was very fast-paced, and I was really enjoying the audiobook so far. So I'm going to keep going, and I should be able to finish that definitely this month. Lastly, I have a backup option. So if I wound up hating one of these other books and I quit and I want something that I know I'm going to like, I had already decided that I was going to reread the 3 newest of the Anne Rice, Prince Lestat, like Lestat books, Vampire Chronicles, because I've only read them all one time each, and I've read all the original Vampire Chronicles like 5 times each. So the one I'm going to restart, you can see my lovely bookmark there. I mean, it's really, clearly definitely looks like it would go in a vampire book. Anyway, it's called Prince Lestat by Anne Rice, obviously, and it is the newest of the, like, not the newest, but it's like she restarted, like, she gave up writing vampire novels for a long time, and then she decided to restart them, and this was the first one that she wrote, Prince Lestat. So I have read this just once, but I started it again and read like half, but that was like over a year ago and I don't even remember. So I'm going to reread it, and then I'm going to read the other 2 as well. It doesn't matter when I get around to these, but they're here if I need them. If I really get into a reading slump and give up on all these books, if I decide I don't like The Way of Kings or whatever, and I need a new series, then I'm just going to go back to an old favorite because I know I will enjoy it. All right, so those are the books I hope to read in September. I'm also going to add some of the books from last month on here if I get around to them as well. The Once and Future King by T.H. White. I've got that on my nightstand. Maybe I'll read it kind of in the evenings like a bedtime story because it's like different, short stories. They're pretty long, but it's a collection of stories about the knights, like King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table kind of thing. And then I also might read The Sound of Stars, The Lucy Crisp and the Vanishing House. I mentioned all these in my last month's video. Action Park, I'm still reading that. The Diviners, we'll see if I ever get back to that again. Like I said, I got nauseous when I read that book. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I guess I should tell you all, if you made it this long, you deserve to know the ending here. Is that we found out the gender of our baby, and it is a boy. So we are very excited. We've already got some names picked out, and so stay tuned for more updates on that. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to vote and let me know which of those books that I should be reading. So leave a comment down below, and for those of you that I'm Facebook friends with, I'm going to put it up as a poll on Facebook. So talk to you guys later. Bye.